Today I choose to follow you.
Good morning. It's Friday, the 2nd of February, and I trust you got a decent cup of coffee that you made yourself, and you know you like it. Turn with me to Philippians 3, verse 10. Filippense 3, vers 10. In the context of Paul writing to the Philippians and saying, you know what, we fall so easily into the trap of doing for ourselves. And he says, but you know what, that which I should count as gain for me, I count as rubbish and I lay it off. And then he says, that I may know him, talking about Jesus Christ, that I may know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his sufferings, being conformed to his death. Now I want to pull out the fact that we align ourselves with Jesus Christ and we become Christ-like in our Christian walk and in our faith. But do you know the resurrection power of Jesus Christ? Just think about that physically, emotionally, spiritually, and let that wash over your soul so that your soul knows it very well. That we can know resurrection power. Jesus Christ, dead and buried, is raised to life supernaturally. We know that he called Lazarus from the tomb, but God raised him from the dead. And that supernatural power we can know, that I may know him, know Jesus, and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his sufferings, being conformed to his death. So no matter what the world throws across our path, and as we come to the end of a very busy week in Groblersdal this week and last week, with a lot of incidents taking place and making national news in our courts, and various cases being heard and tried, and people aligning themselves in the midst of a lot of noise, in the midst of potential chaos, in the midst of a lot of attacks and a lot of reasons to question and to doubt our existence and our ability, and how far am I away from an incident that could result in national news, that I may know him and the power of his resurrection. Bring the power of his resurrection to your marriage. Bring the power of his resurrection to your relationship with your children, with your parents. Bring the power of his resurrection to your work. Bring the power of his resurrection to your friendship circles and your friends' activities. Bring the power of his resurrection into your very life, and sense it and own it and claim it and live it. And come and share it on Sunday as the saints gather to make his name big in our hearts and to give him glory through our testimony and our combined praise and worship. Trust you have a wonderful Friday.